Why a Clementi Society in Barcelona? The Muzio Clementi Association of Barcelona was founded in 2017 from a confluence of the interest of various people. Marina Rodriguez, who is a founder partner of the association, became interested in Clementi in the late 19th. And she wanted to record a CD on a Clementi pianoforte. She went to the Museum of Music of Barcelona, where there were 3 pianos of the composer, but none of them were playable. The museum offered her an 1831 square Miguel Slocker of Madrid, very similar to a Clementi's, and she could of the album with this instrument. In parallel to other musical projects, she continued to study Clementi, traveling to the places where the musician had lived and reading a lot of literature of the subject. All this she shared with me during all this time. In 20, a happy coincidence put us in touch with Ana Cuatrecasas, the owner of a restored piano Clementi and Company of 1824 in the same city of. Mrs. Cuatrecasas is now the president of the association. She is standing beside the piano with Marina. Marina immediately recorded a new CD, this time entirely on this piano, with preludes, sonatas, and Montferrinas by the composer. From here, integrating some more people, we started to do activities, courses, attendance at some conferences, etc. From this interest arose the need to create the association that I am presenting today. The basic objectives are to study, investigate, analyze, disseminate, promote, and vindicate the life and work of Muzio Clementi in all its aspects, as well as its professional, institutional, and personal relationships. How do we do it? Promoting his music and his pianos through activities such as courses, research, exhibitions, conferences, lectures, recitals, publications, and collaborating with other institutions or entities related to their purposes. We also want to study the influence of Clementi in Catalonia through his music, his pianos, and his didactic legacy. Until today, we have organized a lot of activities. A Clementi Day in the Society of Musicology of Barcelona and the Museum of Music, several courses at the University of Barcelona, recitals and lectures in different places, an exhibition about Clementi at the Palau de la Música Catalana within the framework of the Maria Canals International Competition in Barcelona, etc. This exhibition was presented in 2018. Here, this is a painting portrait of Muzio Clementi. We commissioned a portrait of Clementi to a Catalan artist, Carme Mcclement. As you can see, it's a collage that symbolizes his life with bits of documents and sheet music. Carme Mcclement is the lady between Marina and Clementi. Afterwards, in November the same year, we showed the exhibition in the Conservatorium of Barcelona, where we organized a lecture and a master class. The next place will be the Museum of Music of Barcelona, where the association will organize a conference in February 20. The piano search. The project of which I am going to talk about is the Searching for Pianos by Muzio Clementi and his partners and successors, the Collar brothers in Catalonia. This project is done by the association with the collaboration of the Museum of Music of Barcelona and restorers and musicologists. The aim is to locate, describe, and catalog all the pianos that we can find initially in Catalonia to help preserve them and recover heritage, tell the story, and inform the owners, whether private or public entities, to contribute to their preservation. Before getting into the topic, I would like to start with a little overview about Clementi. As you know, Clementi was an important piano maker. In this diagram, you can see the development of the company that began with the instrument seller James Longman. Clementi joined formally in 1796. Relations with Longman firm some years before this date. Clementi was the main partner from 1800, and his name appeared in the brand until 1830. He was not only an investor and a businessman, but he actively participated in the technical musical project, contributing his experience as a pianist and his physical knowledge, as can be concluded from his correspondence with his partner, Frederick Collard, an acoustic genius and soul of the company since the Longman period. These are the portraits of Clementi. At right, this is William Frederick Collard, a great intellectual and poet that joined Clementi and Company in 1810, and both brothers continued the company after Clementi's death. For several decades, they kept the musician's name on the label with the slogan Collard and Collard, late Clementi, Collard and Well, although our goal initially focuses on Clementi and Collard pianos, other pianos are appearing from the same period that are also interesting and that could open a field of research that we cannot leave aside. Some of them are manufactured in Barcelona, and others come from the rest of the peninsula or from other European countries. We also take this opportunity to inventory them, to contribute to future research. In short, for now we have found 7 Clementis and 5 Collard from between 1810 and 1850. Mostly they are squares, but there is one cabinet and one upright square. There has also appeared a Collard and Collard late Clementi, which has proved to be an interesting forgery. I'm going to speak about this later. 3 pianos belong to the Museum of Music of Barcelona, and one, the right cabinet, to the Museum of the County Council of Vilanova i la Geltrú. A Catalan Square is in the Museum of Vilafranca, at 50 kilometers south from Barcelona. And the rest are from private owners. From this list, I will refer to some of them. These are the Clementis of the Museum of Barcelona. They are not, at the bottom, there is the upright square Clementi and Company, closed and open, is the same, because the layout and the mechanism is very curious. The next piano is very interesting. We know that the cabinet piano found in Vilanova is here, directly in London, 1820, by the former owner of the house, a wealthy producer and merchant of wines and spirits. As you can see, this house is in Italian and shows his taste. The history of a series of historical elements that are quite interesting due to the understanding of the entrepreneurial society of the time. It explains the trade relations between Catalonia and Northern Europe, specifically with Holland, England, and Russia. This piano is not playable, but is in very good condition, and it could be possible to restore it. We can see the owner's signature on the tuning pin, board at left. Josep Anton de Cabanyes, it was his used to. He was a enlightened man and a great art collector. Another very interesting case is the square of 1818 that is located in Terrassa. It's 30 kilometers from Barcelona. This piano is known to have arrived in 2000 from the Basque country, the north of Spain. When we visited it, we had a big surprise, because it is signed by Fernando Sor, a Catalan musician who was exiled for political reasons and lived in Paris, London, and St. Petersburg. The exile is an old tradition in Spain. Here is the signature, the number, the serial number. Fernando Sor was in London from 1816 to 1821, and he participated actively in musical activity of the city, giving lessons in guitar, piano, and singing. There, he composed a lot of works. One of them, the Fantasia Opus 12 for guitar, was published by Clementi. He also acted in the concerts of the Philharmonic Society, and some songs were premiered in these concerts. Sor wrote many ballets, and one of which served to inaugurate the great Bolshoi Theater in St. Petersburg. This universal Catalan is best known for his guitar works, which are usually played. The rest of his compositions are nowadays scarcely performed. Well, why is there his signature on this piano? And how has it arrived in Spain? For the moment, it's a mystery. Perhaps Sor was the owner of this piano, or it belonged to a pupil or a singer in this circle. The fact is that the piano date coincides with that of his stay in England. Marina Rodriguez has written an interesting article on the subject that will appear in the next issue of the Journal of the Catalan Musicology Society. There, she has explored the interesting relationship between Clementi, Sor, and the London Pianoforte School. As I have mentioned before, another interesting case is a forgery. It is a square piano that displays the label Collard & Collard, 1815, Clementi, Collard & Collard, in the right, photo at right. Clearly, this plate does not correspond to the brand, either by style or by date. The label Collard & Collard appeared in the year 1832 after the death of Clementi. In addition, in the collar squares, the name board is usually a sticker fixed directly on the wood, like the photo at left. Here is the piano. Observing this instrument, the characteristics it is clear that it's not a collard. It seems a piano is even older than 1815. It has a single English action mechanism, in this photo at bottom, at right. The compass is 5 octaves and a half. It has knee pedal, details such as a hole and a few stops to the left here. There is a hole necessary for a piano Clementi or Collard, and two here and a stop, the rest on another stop here. That suggests for an old lever mechanism that was subsequently removed. The pine wood keys were not typical of the English pianos that used lime wood generally. What can we conjecture about this? We know that in the mid-19th century, Collard had a great reputation in the Iberian Peninsula. This obituary of the piano maker Vicente Ferrer, a maker of Madrid, from the Gaceta Musical de Madrid, is a proof of this. We have knowledge of other cases like this. This makes us think that it was an attempt to sell a piano by posing it as another. Anyway, the instrument is very interesting and is in quite good condition. It could be an Iberian or a French piano, maybe. Well, to conclude, I will quote some of the Catalan instruments of the same time that we have found. The piano industry was shared throughout Europe, and only in Barcelona there were 18 piano makers before 1850. Most of these instruments have disappeared. Without ask, we want to recover this memory of this cultural history. For the moment, we have catalogued two pianos Andrés Puig from 1813 and 1818, and two Jerónimo Bordas. In this PowerPoint, you can see two examples. Andrés Puig at left uses a simple English action mechanism very similar to Zumpe. And Bordas, despite being later, uses a Viennese mechanism. By the way, these pianos have a delicate and accurate mechanical work. In this image, we can see the use of the unfortunate state in which old pianos are often found. Here is a piano at the left with a high fidelity equipment inside on the strings. At right, a Clementi piano painted inside with a red synthetic paint. It's horrible. Evidently, the owners need a little advice. It's our responsibility. We can redo. First, our job is to explain to the owners the meaning of our study. Although they are educated people, generally, many are surprised at the importance of their instrument. Usually, after our conversation, they completely change their opinion and want to collaborate to better protect their piano. At least we prevent it from being destroyed. We have reference of a few more pianos that we will go to see soon, and Square Bordas, and Square Clementi, a Collar Grand, and Square Weidek, and Player Grand, Henry Hertz Grand. All they are waiting for our visit. I would like to end my intervention on a positive note. We observe a growing interest of pianists on historical interpretation. Many pianos have been destroyed, but despite the difficulties, we must all collaborate to make society and institutions aware and recover and preserve the heritage of period pianos. As we infer from the previous comments, the study of pianos takes us far beyond organology. Pianos tell us about music, yes, but also about technology, industry, history, politics, beauty, love, hate, passion, etc. In short, all related on behavior and human relations. Piano takes us one of the most interesting periods on our history, the transition to the modern era. And in that transition, the piano has a very important role that merges into social development. Pianos are not objects, but a window to observe society. Thank you very much.